return to the Mac. Get 'em what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, pimp strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record.
When I think back over this season, my heart swells with pride to have been able to coach this group of girls and make so many memories with them. There are far too many to mention, but some of the most memorable that came to mind was making a deal with them at team camp that we would raid Area 51 if they won the last 4 games. All the delicious dinners that parents made for us so that we could have a family meal before our home games. Playing in a game that had scores going into the 30s. The crazy comeback against Green Forest, the many lunches spent together watching game film, and an emotional senior night ending in a victory of one of the best games I've ever watched, let alone coach. This team is full of ladies willing to overcome and battle in all circumstances, even if that means practicing on a broken net the day before the state tournament. Because of that and the endless hours of working to perfect their skills and growing as a team, these girls were able to end their season as the undefeated conference and district champs. Proud is truly an understatement. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who supported and cheered us on during this incredible season. Parents, teachers, friends, you made this journey possible with us. With that, I have a few awards that I'd like to give. The first is a Spirit Award. This award goes to a girl that is not only the loudest girl on the bench, but also one of the most encouraging teammates in all situations. That goes to Candace Lambert. The next award is the Most Improved Player. Coming in your junior year to play for the first time can be a bit intimidating, but she came in ready to learn and put in the work to make up for the lost time. Most Improved Award goes to Haley Cordell. Our Kill Award goes to a girl who puts in more work than most people see, perfecting her skills and never being okay with just being okay or good. If you've watched her kill, you know there are times that it will literally give you chills. Her power, strength, and accuracy together mesmerize me. This season alone, she delivered over 300 kills. The Kill Award goes to Kate Cheek. The next award is a little different. I'm gonna call it the Chameleon Award. It goes to a player that I could put in probably any position and she would make it work. I moved her around a few times this season and she took on the challenge and delivered greatness. She led us with aces at 62 and digs at 149. The Chameleon Award goes to Mai Tatham. Heart of a Champion Award was really hard to choose this year, as really I could argue for any of the girls to get it. I picked a player that is in a position that often gets overlooked. This player has a fiery character and a will to win. During many timeouts, she would say, "Coach, I don't want to lose," to which I would just have to reply, "Then don't." She never wanted to give up, even if that meant relocating her thumb and begging me to go back in to finish the 5th set of that emotional senior night game. Heart of a Champion Award goes to Ashley Garay. The next set of awards are for all conference and all state. The really awesome thing about these awards was listening to the other coaches in our conference brag about my girls, and some even nominating a couple of the players before I had a chance. The girls that received all conference this year are Christiane Crunkleton, Haley Saunders, Kate Cheek, and Mai Tatham. For all state awards, the players who received those are Christiane Crunkleton, Kate Cheek, and Mai Tatham. One last thing that I wanted to mention was the all-star team selection that we had. One of our captains, Christiane, earned a spot on this team and was preparing to play this summer before the world flipped upside down. She is the first player in our conference to receive this honor. I am so proud of this girl and the hard work that she has put in to make her senior season one to always remember. Seniors, I will miss you more than you know and look forward to seeing you each accomplish great things in the next chapters of your lives. Girls, I cannot wait to be back together and begin preparing again for what is bound to be another amazing season. Love you and miss you all so much.
And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. money. Stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling, chasing.
Morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on when you choose to watch our Digital Athletic Awards. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Lady Warrior basketball, but first I have a couple people to thank. First, I want to thank our Booster Club and our faculty that help support our program. We have a tremendous group of parents and faculty members that donate their time and their money to help us. Also want to thank my fellow coaches, Coach Raines, Coach Hall, and Coach Jefferson specifically. They've been a great support to me, and they've always been good to bounce ideas off of. And then lastly, but most important, I want to thank my wife. As a coach, I'm gone a whole lot, and these past few weeks have shown me just how difficult and stressful it can be to be at home with 4 kids. And she does a great job of balancing that and taking care of our home. So thank you, Angela. So, all right, I'm going to start with our 7th grade and junior high. Typically, I would have them come up here so that way you can see them and you don't have to stare at me, but we'll just do the best we can. With our junior high, I didn't really know what to expect out of them this year. All 5 of our starters moved up to the high school team, so it was a completely fresh start. The first thing that jumped out to me about them was the way that our junior high really modeled to our 7th graders how that they should support each other and then how that we do things here. At Harding, our junior high would show up. They showed up at each of the games our 7th graders was playing. They would cheer for them, give them 5, and just really show what that we're trying to build here. They were a fun group to coach, a little wild at times. Sometimes we were effectively wild, other times not so much. But for the most part, this group was going to play hard. We're going to shoot a bunch of threes and we were going to foul a bunch, but we were going to play a fun style to watch. Like a lot of junior high teams, one night we might look really, really good, and then the next night not so much. But the main thing with them is that they really kind of bought into our style and how we wanted to play and how we wanted to do things, how we wanted to start practice, how we wanted to be together and to really encourage each other and just to make it where we wanted to work hard and get better, but we were going to have fun as we did it and we were going to build each other up. And I just really, really enjoyed them. I think that they improved a lot, and hopefully they will continue to do so once we kind of get back to rolling again. With our junior high, I typically don't give a bunch of awards. I usually just give an all-conference. And this year we had 2 girls that were selected to be on the all-conference team. They were both very deserving. They are Becca Benedict and Morgan Zick. So thank you, girls. Now our senior high girls. This one was difficult as I was thinking about it. As I think back, there's a lot of memories that come back with this group. There's way too many to list. As one of those I was thinking about, I could probably go down every kid and list 3 or 4 things I remember about from this year, from these past years. But the couple things that just popped into my head, you remember our trip down to Harding. It's a real good bonding experience. We spent a couple days down there. I remember getting the bus stuck on a rock that just jumped in front of me. I remember the different pranks that we pulled, that I pulled on them, that they pulled on me, which they've gotten better for the past 3 years. And then the main thing is the way that they are in practice, the way that they work hard together and they have fun and they encourage. And that's the thing that I've missed these past few weeks. It's just the bonding and the different camaraderie that we have in practice. It's just one of those of which I look forward to that all day, getting to practice and just see them improve and interact with them. That's what I have really, really missed the most over these past few weeks. Now to kind of our on-the-court accomplishments to change up. This year we went 9-1 in conference. We ended up winning our conference title, which it was the first conference title that Cotter girls have won since 2011. So that was a great accomplishment, one that we did right here in this gym. We beat Eureka Springs by 2 points, and it was a very hard fought game, one in which we hit 2 free throws at the end, and they have a girl go length of the floor. We fouled her at the buzzer, but fortunately she missed her free throw. So we ended up winning, won our conference. We won 20 games this year, which that's the first time I've done this as a coach, or had a team that won 20 games. We also went undefeated at home. We were 11-0, which that's something I never did as a player or as a coach. Never went undefeated at home. We won 10 Grannies down the stretch, which during that stretch we beat some very, very good teams. A couple of those teams we beat handily. There were some teams like Lead Hill that beat us by 30 plus last year twice. Beat them, beat Omaha, who beat us, beat Western Grove, a very, very good team. Like I said that a couple of them at Turbo clocked us last year. And it's one of those things, during that stretch, you don't like to kind of compare teams, but if I was ranking the different teams that I coached, it would be hard to rank a team or at least a stretch that was better than those 10. I mean, we were playing at a very, very high level. And it's one of those, we'd won 9 in a row, and then we had a week break going into the district tournament. I think that kind of slowed our momentum. But we were still able to play well and to beat Yellville, but I thought we were kind of, I don't know, I think maybe we peaked a little bit too early, and then that week off just kind of hurt us, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But now to my awards. So my first award is Most Improved. It's hard, and this was a hard one to do, so I feel like there was a lot of the girls that improved this year, but I ended up settling on 2 of them. They're both sophomores, they both played a lot. Came in, one of them, Candace, hit a couple big threes in that game against Eureka. She hit a huge 3 to give us the lead. The other, Ty, I think she scored 18 against Western Grove. I think she was like 7 for 7 from the floor that game. So both very, very deserving in that. So my most improved, Candace Lambert and Tyler Coots. My Steals Award, she would typically at least get 1 or 2 breakaways in which she would steal it and go down and shoot a layup. She just kind of had a nose for the ball and get a hand on it. And was able to get a lot of steals and layups. She would also get the Snowbird Award if we were to give one of those. But she averaged 4 steals a game, which was led us, and that is Kaylee Crowner. My most assist award, she averaged about 5 assists a game, but she was one that I think she would rather pass than shoot, which is a good thing in a player. There was times in which I shoot the ball, because she does have a good shot, but she sees the floor really, really well, and very, very good passer, and that's Ashley Gray. So my next award, I'm going to have to bundle some things together. So she led us in points. She averaged 17.6 points a game. She led us in free throw percentage. She shot 80%. She led us in blocks. She had averaged 4.5 blocks a game. She led us in rebounds, 11.1. And the quote that one of the coaches at the conference meeting said about her was that there's really nobody in our league that can guard her. And a lot of nights that was true. So I'll just get you one really big plaque with the list of all those different things. So that award goes to Kate Cheek. All right, my Heart of a Warrior. This goes out to a special senior not many people realize how much pain that she played through this year. I had told her originally that when she hurt her shoulder last year, I didn't think she'd play again. But she proved me wrong. She played through it. She hit a huge shot in the district finals last year, and she hit some big shots for us this year. I think her shoulder popped out at least once during a game this year, but she bounced back and just kept playing and was a very good leader for us. And we're going to miss her next year. So my Heart of a Warrior award goes to Paige Clausen. Last, my Spirit Award. This one will also go to a senior. She was always putting notes up in the locker room, bringing candy, just doing different things to try to encourage and then build everybody up. The other day I was cleaning out our locker rooms, and most of the lockers had notes taped up from her. So we're going to miss that next year. She was just a good senior, and she did some good things for us. So my Spirit Award goes to Emily Montgomery. All right, so all conference, we had 5, so all 5 of our starters were named to the all conference team. They are Kate Cheek, Ashley Gray, Kaylee Crownover, Paige Clausen, and Emily Montgomery. And then we have one more award. We had one that was selected for the All-State team. She received the most votes in our conference. So she was the leading vote getter for the All-State team, and that is Kate Cheek. Right, so that is all the awards that I have. It's one of those, being in the gym, it just makes you really wish that you could get back here. One of those, I can't wait till all this is over and that we're able to kind of get back to normal and get back in here and start practicing and start getting better. It just makes you feel like I've kind of taken things for granted, getting to come here and coach and work with y'all. I'm really excited about the things that we accomplished this year. I'm excited about where our program is headed, and I'm just anxious to get back together and see everybody. So, thank you.
Since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin', halfway across that city with the back question. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Parents, faculty, students, and fans, thank you for joining us and our virtual award ceremony. I'd like to begin by talking about the success of the junior boys this past year. The junior boys attained an undefeated conference record of 6-0, capturing the conference title. They ended the season with a 14-8 record. These boys played the entire season with 6 ninth graders and 2 7th graders on the team. Before our summer camps, I was worried about not having very many players on the team, and most of them without substantial game experience. They proved me wrong quickly at Harding and Yellville camps when Peyton McGee, Trace Ewing, and Bryce Evans stepped up in a major way. Practices were difficult, especially when we wanted the starting 5 to practice on the same team. The 7th graders had their hands full, but were always up for the challenge. Sometimes we put 3 7th graders on Hudson, and even though they tried their best, they still couldn't stop him. It was a difficult task when some high school players struggled to keep him in front. I would feel sorry for my 7th graders, especially the post players, because Pato, being as competitive as he was, would take it at him every play. As strong as Pato is, the 7th graders got knocked around a little bit. The best thing about them was that they kept coming back for more and challenging the junior high every minute they could. After losing 4 starters and 7 total players, the junior high boys were able to continue the success through dedicating time to off-season practices, time in the weight room, and time working on their own. I believe they have succeeded more than what they can see at this moment. One of my goals here at Cotter is to establish a culture of winning and continued success. These boys have continued the success from last year and I believe have laid the groundwork for consistently successful teams to come. The following players received all conference honors for their efforts during the season: Hudson Adams, Logan Principato, and Peyton McGee. Congratulations to the 2019-2020 Cotter Warrior Junior Boys. Now for the Warrior season. The previous year we had a 6'4" rebounding machine in the middle, along with a 6'3" forward who averaged a double-double. This year our tallest guys were a pair of 6'2" guards that were turned to the post, Trevor Reese and Hayden Hudson, and I don't think either of them weighed more than 140 pounds each. Needless to say, we lost a lot of our size from the previous year, but still found a way to win the same amount of games as the previous year. They returned to the regional tournament and was very close to being a great team. The greatest test for this group was when they played 6 games over 7 nights. On top of that, we were practicing early in the mornings. They beat Jasper, Yellville, Green Forest during this stretch. They also played a very tough Bergman team, played well on the road against Deer, and lost a very close game to Mountain Home Christian. This is only a glimpse at how tough this senior group was. Throughout the season, Zach Altenbaumer suffered multiple injuries every day from pushing us in practice. Trevor Reese struggled with knee pain. Dylan Dwyer played on an infected toe that was swollen up to 4 times its original size. And Tucker Goots played with a chipped shoulder, which was a result from a dislocation. This toughness is what got them back to the regional tournament. A great group of seniors, and I'm going to miss them. They're pretty irreplaceable. The following players received all conference honors: Tucker Coots and Dylan Dwyer. I want to say congratulations to the 2019-2020 Cotter Warrior basketball team. Thank you.
Hello again. I'm just going to take a minute to talk to y'all about our softball season, our undefeated 2-0 softball season. It's hard to believe that we only get to play 2 games. You know, after a game against Bergman, I remember talking and thinking, you know, maybe we'll miss a couple games and then we'll kind of get a chance to play. But it's hard to believe that we end up, you know, the whole thing getting canceled. You know, it's hard to understand why that it happened. You know, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. But just reflecting back, you know, last year in softball we were district runner-ups and we were also conference runner-ups. But I felt really good going into this year about our group. We had a good off season. I know our non-basketball players, they worked during our basketball season. You know, I worked with them. Reed Tucker, who helps me out, he worked a lot with them, and you know, I thought we had 2 good pitchers coming back. Our infield was pretty much intact, other than catcher. I thought our outfield was going to be a little bit better, and I thought, you know, having Haley back, I thought that our lineup would be solid. So I thought we had a really, really good chance to do some good things this year. But you know, we'll never know what would have happened. But the message that I kind of had to the underclassmen when I talked was just, you know, don't take this for granted. Hopefully next year everything will be normal. We'll get to play. So just don't take it for granted. Enjoy it. Enjoy every at bat. Enjoy every practice. Enjoy everything. And just don't take it for granted anymore. And then for our seniors, Paige, Abby, and Courtney, you know, it's one of those. I'm sure you've heard you feel bad for y'all. You know, I wish y'all did things the right way. I wish you would have got the opportunity to play. And I'm sorry that you missed out on your senior experiences. Y'all did deserve the chance to play. Like I said, you did things the right way. I think all of y'all played all 4 years of high school softball, and I was anxious to see what y'all would do this year. But you know, just got to make the best of it. I'm excited to hopefully see here in a couple months y'all back in this gym, walking down here and graduating, which is is hopefully going to happen in the near future. So I said hopefully everything gets back to normal. I'm anxious to see what we can do next year. So thank you.
Tonight is the night, we'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us.
Welcome to the baseball portion of the 2020 Cotter Athletic Awards. I don't have any individual awards to hand out since our season was cut so short, but I thought I might talk for a minute about our two seniors. We'll start with Trevor Reese. He played baseball for 4 years. I had the privilege to coach him for 3 of those 4 years. Trevor is very coachable and respectful. He was always one of the top players on the team in stolen bases, on base percentage, and runs. Trevor just flat out knew how to get on base and score. He was also a very steady outfielder. I knew if a pop fly was hit to center field that Trevor's going to catch it. Trevor was on track to have a potential all-conference season. One of my favorite things about Trevor doesn't even have anything to do with baseball. He knows the perfect time to crack a joke. There are many times he would make me laugh when I needed to laugh the most, when I was stressed about something. Trevor and I also seem to have similar taste on Netflix shows. Trevor is going to do well in life and will be missed. The next departing senior is Tucker Coots. Tucker also played baseball for 4 years, and I was able to coach him for 3 of the 4 years. Tucker is also very coachable and respectful. Tucker was a very versatile player. He could play pretty much anywhere in the infield. He had a good glove and a strong arm, and he had very good baseball sense. Tucker was on track to have a potential all-conference season as well. One of Tucker's strongest traits is his work ethic. He worked very hard in practice. We long tossed all fall together. Tucker was involved in many things and excelled in all of them because he worked so hard. Tucker is one of the most intelligent student athletes I've ever had. I can't tell you how many times we would be working on something on the baseball field and neither I or pretty much anybody else on the team could figure it out. Then I would hear Tucker say something like, "Coach, I think if you would rotate it 90 degrees, it would fit down in the hole." Tucker seems to think one step ahead. Tucker will do well in life and will be missed. To the returning players, I'm sorry our season was cut short. My only advice to you right now is to not take anything for granted and to do everything as if you may never get to do it again. This pandemic taught us just how quickly things can change and end. Luckily for you, you will get to play next year. However, I know 2 seniors that will never get the chance to. I can't wait to see you guys and get back on the field with you. Stay Warrior strong.
Like the ceiling can't hold us. Can we go back? This is the moment. Tonight is the night.
Hi, Donna Kelso with Locker Room Inc. here to present the Cotter High School 2020 Mr. and Miss Warrior Awards. This award is in its 39th year and is presented to several schools in Arkansas and Missouri. It is for 2 senior athletes who excel in the areas of citizenship, leadership, years of participation in the school's athletic program, athletic ability, and academic record. A little bit about your Miss Warrior. She was a member of FBLA, Senior Beta, Interact, Gifted and Talented, and Quiz Bowl. She's been a member of the basketball, cheer, golf, track, and volleyball teams. And in volleyball, she was team captain, all-conference, all-state, and a member of the all-star team. Her future plans include going to the University of Arkansas to major in biology, after which she plans to attend medical school. Your 2020 Miss Warrior goes to Christy Ann Crunkleton. Okay, a little bit about your Mr. Warrior. He's a member of Student Council, Quiz Bowl, the chess team, FBLA, Senior Beta, and Interact. He has been a member of the basketball and the baseball teams, where he was also all-conference in basketball. His future plans include going to the University of Central Arkansas to receive a bachelor's degree in sports science, then on to a doctorate in physical therapy. Your 2020 Mr. Warrior goes to Tucker Coots. And I would like to take this time on behalf of Jason, myself, and the whole locker room staff to say congratulations, and we wish you well in your future endeavors. I would also like to thank the coaches and administrators for allowing us to present this award. And again, thank you for your support of Locker Room Inc., because without you, this award would not be possible. Thank you.
We'll fight till it's over, so